Good day, Kim folks. This is Omar Jose saying good day, happy Sabbath, and also happy hustle. Yesterday we had made the video called Commercial Wars. Before I get into it, I want to just give y'all something to tap into. I shared with y'all some posts about the college mind or the training mind or the training stage from childhood up into preteens, up until you're 30 and under in these what you call Colgates or colleges or in these schools of thought. And so if you notice that this homosexuality and this Baphomet and this satanic thing is becoming full appellant now. And it's looking wonderful. People are getting paid and it's made beautiful and things of that nature. But on the prophetic side of this thing, on the scriptural side, the spiritual nature of this thing, when you see, look at the Word, because the Word was with God and the Word was God and the Word became God, then the Word became flesh. Look at this. The word COVID, Delta, Lambda. Now, if you YouTube, Google, research any of these things, there's three things these things got in common: virus, death, destruction, doom, gloom, destruction of commercial investments. So now, Delta is a college name they use in college. Lambda they use in college too. What we found out is Delta Lambda, or this virus or the variants of the covert or the COVID-19 or the covert-19 plan, is that this says that the Lambda and the Delta, one, have a ritual, two, they are a group of men who are homosexuals, bisexuals, trisexuals, and all these other things. They're abominable to God's law. But nonetheless, they are called Christians and Islamists. And they're black and white people, and whatever you want to call them, call that. Now, when you look at the college students who are in the music business, Baphomet, they say Lucifer sung, and so when you make this connection that all this homosexuality is in the entertainment, and they went to college like Kanye West, Delta Lambda Phi Psi, whatever. This homosexual thing is from their Greek gods, from their Greek prophets, from their Greek scholastics, from their Greek source. It's not from a Hebrew source. It's not from the source of the Most High, but from what they would call the Gentile, or the Gentiles. What they would call from the Yashlings. From Yashling, they would call from the in the Colburn Bible, what they would call the sons of the earth. So now let's speed this up to this pack culture. Now that we understand that, and the first of the beginning, Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. We have to say happy Sabbath to the brothers and sisters. We ask that you protect us from our ignorance, protect us from what we know, protect us from what we don't know. We ask that you have mercy on us from our shortcomings. We ask that you would teach us how to put mercy in the bank so we may receive mercy when we need it ourselves. But for the most part, Father, we say thank you. We ask that for your guidance. We ask that you would open up our spiritual ears, our spiritual minds, our spiritual senses, that we may obtain your vibration, your frequency, and be able to compute it into our hearts and souls and actually do it. By the power of the Holy Spirit, I come into the prophet before me, not to me, say thank you. Selah. So, the pack culture. In the video game, Atari, if you look up the word Atari, you'll find out it has a satanic meaning. So remember, we go doop, doop, doop. It was a tennis game. All right, so when the beast put his image in the video game, in the computer, all right, he was programming you for the beast system. Now listen, this is going to make sense. Whoever's watching is going to really make this whole tight. Get this picture, especially if you're around when the video games first came out. When Atari came out, you had the table, you had the tennis thing. Boop, bop, boop, bop, boop, bop, boop, bop. Now, in television they give you Minecraft and, checkers and things like that. So they prepared you for that. Then they took the game of life off the checkerboard of the computer and put it in a game called ColecoVision. And Texas Instrument was the tool for this. Notice the word Texas Instrument. So the games from Texas Instrument and television and ColecoVision, understand, in television, Intel Vision, Coleco Collect Visions. Now they came up with one of our favorite games. It was called Donkey Kong. But you never knew who the ape was. You never knew who the Mario Brothers was. The Mario Brothers was the Catholic Church. Donkey Kong was the Hebrew Israelites. And you was part of the Catholic movement to destroy King Kong. Get him out the top of the pyramid. Nobody thought about that then. The Mario Brothers went around and they became about another video game when Mario Brothers went to go fight the dragon, the green dragon. How you doing? The Catholic Church came to fight Donkey Kong, which is the Hebrew Israelites. Then they came to attack the green dragon, was the wisdom, the knowledge. Dragons represents knowledge. So, after the Donkey Kong, Mario Kart Super, they starts to grow. The Catholic Church starts to grow because now they've programmed this digital chess game or the digital chessboard and video games. So now Nintendo 64 come out with the graphics, meaning Intel, they collected the vision, they did the dragon, and they did the gorilla. So now they figured out that how to beat the dragon in the Hebrew, how to beat the gorilla in the Hebrew Israelites. Let's make them consumers. Who was the second best game that ever came out next to Mario Brothers? Pac-Man. Then the cartoon Pac-Man. And if y'all don't believe what I'm saying, go look at Pac-Man, the verse Pac-Man, and look at what he was doing. Each pellet, he spent his whole life, his whole existence consuming pellets. Meaning he was consuming what he had to eat. And when he had a chance to, he would get what? Fruits and vegetables. All right? This is Pac-Man. Now, but in order for him to be able to consume, he has these ghosts chasing him. Who is the ghost chasing Pac-Man? Why is the ghost chasing Pac-Man as he's consuming? The ghost that's chasing Pac-Man is the judgment of being a consumer. But when Pac-Man eats that pellet, or i.e. when Pac-Man prays to Jesus or to a false idol, he could go eat the ghost. And they get money for it. He get paid for going against God's judgment. God's, what y'all call the Holy Ghost or God's Spirit. Because I think there's 6 of them. There's six ghosts. There's either 5 or 6. All right? There's blue, red, orange, cream. I think there's 5 spirits. Or is it 4? There's either 4 or 5 spirits. But anyway, now, but they all turn blue and white, meaning the colors of the Hebrew Israelite. That's our colors. So why? So now, when Pac-Man is eating, when he's consuming, the four spirits come after him because he's in the world of consumption. But when he consumes a pellet, they turn blue and white, and he gets to eat them. He goes for 200, 400, 600, 800 to 18. So yeah, I believe there's 5 of them. So he's $1,800. That sounds like your stimulus check right now, doesn't it? It does. $1,800 for every Pac-Man. So now, after they've seen how big that the dragon and the Donkey Kong, the Catholic Church, or the Mario Brothers, Luigi, and the little girl and all them, all right? This is before Zelda. Zelda's on her way. That's the magical part of this thing. That's the witchcraft. And so, they said, well, if Pac-Man, if we got the man or the Hebrew man or the so-called black man to consume everything, then he needs a Miss Pac-Man. I didn't know Miss Pac-Man had any sexual organs. Where did he get the penis? Where did he get the time to have sex with Miss Pac-Man? So now he has a Miss Pac-Man. And she has her own board. She has her own life. She never sees Pac-Man. None of that. So now she's consuming Miss Pac-Man, Miss Black Man, Miss Black or Black Woman, who just consumed. And her board is bigger than Pac-Man's board. More complicated. And she does the same thing. Consume. Pac-Man ain't never talk about no girl. And Pac-Woman, she ain't talking about her man. And she ain't thinking about no baby. Consuming. Running from the ghost. But then when she eat that pellet, when she take the mark of the beast, she be able to turn against the Torah. She get to turn against God and his children. And the ghost turn blue and white. And she's 1,800. What she do with her money? They go make a Pac-Man Jr., a baby. Now, they have a baby Pac-Man. He has a bottle. And what does he do? He does what his mother and his father does. Consume. And he has more fruit, more money. This board is even more difficult. And so Pac-Man Jr., he does what his mother and father do. Consume. He runs away from the judgment of God. He runs away from the Spirit of God. They're trying to get with him. But he goes to get the mark of the beast. This is the baby of consumption. Consumer. Hey, why is the baby going against the mother and the father and God? Because it was programmed that way. The image of the beast went into the computer and took on the spirit of consumerism, consumption, commercialism, vanity, ego, competition, sports, gymnasiums. That's where it all comes from. And you wear tight pants, spandex, because that's what they wore in the sports game. That's how it's in the streets now. Check out the books, Maccabees 1 and 2, maybe 3, 4, and 5. Same program. So now we in this pack culture, because now everybody on the video remember the video game started out with Atari and television, Texas Instrument, ColecoVision, Nintendo 64, PS2, PS4, Xbox. Now it's actually in your life. of being a consumer, a Pac-Man. Now everybody's singing, who got that Pac? Who got that Pac? Yeah, I'm that Pacquiao. Yeah, who got that Pacquiao? And then gave you a champion fighter named what? Pacquiao. Now everybody's what? Packing a gun. To do what? They'll rob somebody, consume somebody, or to protect their consumptions, to protect their greed. Never to protect the family, never to protect the sanctity of life, never to protect the innocence of the children, but too busy packing. Who taught you how to pack? Who taught you to be a packer? Who taught you these things? When you was in your mother's womb, you knew nothing about packing and consuming. The only thing you knew about was developing, and it didn't take a bunch of thought in that. It was a part of your genetic code to develop. And in that development state, you consume vitamins and nutrients and things like that. Not wickedness. I got a lack of words right now. This is on the fly. This is not pre-written or none of like that. This is strictly from the soul, from the heart. This is strictly how we live. This is what we saw. This is what we see. This is what we see and what's happening. We're seeing the evolution from the image of the beast to the beast being the machine, from the machine influence of people, from the people being influenced by the machine, by being lifeless as if they were machines. And I see from the 70s up till now that humanity has become spiritless. They have energy, sure, Adam, everything has energy. But to have energy without the spirit or the vibration, the frequency of life or of the life giver, that's a different experience. And so that's why it's amazing how you can look out the window right now or out your car and see that you're living in a real video game that started with Atari, ColecoVision, GameCube, Xbox. When they put you in the box, when they put you in the when they told you to get into the when they put you in the box, they literally meant the cell phone. You're in the box, and a lot of you won't think outside the box. Why? Because look at my pretty face, look at my big booty, and look what I bought for this, and consumerism. You're in the box now. You are the video game, so-called black man and black woman. There is no Jesus coming for you. There is no salvation coming for you. You've already chosen and put your soul into this box. All the booty shaking and all the vanity and all the nakedness and all that. You've already exposed your heart and soul and your motive for the unseen generation. Don't take it personal from me. I'm not saying it's personal against you. I'm talking about something I'm glad that I chose not to do. I'm glad that I was conscious enough to make a decision what not to be like, what not to do. I know some of y'all see my eye messed up, but those that know me, it's just part of the job. Being assaulted, being hit by cars, being carjacked, and people stealing from you, and heartbreaks, and probably being shot at, or whatever. And so, in this pack culture, first I want to do a sales pitch. All right, I wasn't gonna do this at first, but I got to. We're going to be marketing this product. Safe Auto Body Armor. Beautiful product. They come in many colors. Let me show y'all guys something. But this is only for the the real men of the Most High, and those who are not scared. If you're scared, stay home. Like the Most High said, we only need a couple real men, real men and women who's going to adhere to this. So what I'm gonna show you is some things here. Let me flip the page. All right, they sell this here, white body armor, the carrier. They come in different colors. You can get them in red, cream, tan, blue, yellow. I decided to keep mine white. You know what I mean? But then, when it's time to, you know what I mean? When it comes time to protecting the family, boom. We got, what you got to do. But, you're out in public and you're out at the park watching the football game and you just want to stay, just stay under the radar. You don't want no problems. None. You don't want people thinking you just, hey, I'm here to watch the game, get my children and go home. That's it. Ain't about no gangster shit. So safe body armor. Switches back. We will be having our own store coming soon to you here in Pittsburgh, PA. Safe body armor, all legal. If you're a felon, I am not selling you one. I don't care with the same color skin, none of that. If you are a violent felon, you're not getting it. If you're a violent nigga, period, you're definitely not getting, because you're not going to take one of these things and kill me. No, that's not going to happen. None of my friends and families, and definitely not the city, and definitely not Safe Armor, who are entrusting me with their products and my ability to deliver a good product to protect the citizens of America, to protect the citizens of our city and states. And so I am so not against the protection of our culture and the city of our United States. I'm not against protecting that. However, this is about being responsible for your community, because things are about to get worse. Don't say I didn't tell you. You better get you some body armor and start buying Jordans and all that, and to protect your family. And for those who use this product for criminal activity, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Really, with no protection for you, no nothing. Fuck you. I'm telling you, man, do not go out here trying to get this body armor thinking you 50 Cent, you just rap shit. Please don't do it. We marketing this body armor. Let me say it again. I have my own store coming up. We got it in white, full-fledged, boom, protection. And you get in your black. You get in this color here. There's a crimson, red, tan, yellow, whatever. So you get that to protect yourself from the pack culture, because the pack culture is only about consuming and they're only about money. And if they don't got no money, you know where they're coming to, right? That's your brother, your sister, your mama, whoever. You know where they're coming to when they ain't got no more money. You know what they're going to do when they can't look good no more. What are they going to do? They're going to come steal your chain. They're going to come, And that's what Pac-Man did. He came and he consumed everything until he couldn't eat no more. That was his whole purpose in life, is to consume. And so the black man and the black woman, the white man and the white woman, your only purpose is to be a Pac-Man, a Pac-woman, and a Pac Junior. That's all your family is designed to do. Okay? So get used to it. You see it happening. You know it's happening. You see it in Cardi B and everybody's video. You see the Delta Lambda. You can see the CDL, the commercial driver's license, and the music business called the COVID Delta Lambda virus, and that is the homosexual virus, the Baphomet virus that are in humanity right now. That's what that is. That is the Baphomet virus. That's Baphomet. He's letting you know that he's in the world right now. That's all he's just saying. The Antichrist has revealed himself through the viruses. He's saying, I'm here, and we're gonna put the virus out here, and then I'm gonna come out and say, hey, I've saved the world because I know this. Remember who told you. All right? Remember who told you. Till next time, take care of each other. May the Most High keep you safe. Selah.